First possession of the game. Thank you for being with us. The Thunder took down the Jazz a couple of days ago. A little behind the back pass from Giddey. There is SGA. First shot, wasting no time. Beats the buzzer. Got it up over Clarkson. Career from behind the tape. Shai goes to work. And he tried to scoop it home with a left hand. No good.
This is good rotation that time defensively by the Thunder. Had a lot of that on Friday night against this same Jazz team.
Shai, couple of defensive players in his face. Horton Tucker, the high arcing three.
Was that box out that time by Jay Will.
Shai, too many steps. Yes, going to be a travel going the other way. And just one foul called. SGA, boy, just totally detached from Clarkson. Took him right out of the picture. Horton Tucker leaned into that one. Giddey another rebound. Shai open, pulls the trigger, and knocks down the three. Which is a season high that the Thunder forced on Friday night against Utah. Some of that was the help defense that came over and also forcing Utah to play in a crowd.
Yeah.
A Utah team that has really surpassed expectations. Clarkson, always with a...
Well, he's got a 6'11" wingspan. And he's a really unique player because he's not just, and you know, there's no really surprise why he was selected as Western Conference All-Stars. In my opinion now, that's an easy call. And they turned the Jazz over 26 times for 32 points. So they were able to overcome that with some other areas on the stat line. And you know what? And he did a great job, too, of sending them to his teammates. Because that's a nice block that time by Shai. That's why that 6'11" wingspan is to his advantage.
And he's going to take it all.
And you know what? And he did a great job, too, of sending them to his teammates. Because that's a nice block that time by Shai. That's why that 6'11" wingspan is to his advantage.
And he's going to take it all.
Of sending them to his teammates. Because that's a nice block that time by Shai. That's why that 6'11" wingspan is to his advantage.
And he's going to take it all the way to the other end. Sidestepping the defense. Actually inserted into the game. Shai already with 11. What a ball fake. As the defense went right by him, and Shai then shows the touch with a bank. Never been able to get almost whatever they want. As Shai cuts. And how about Jang? Caught that ball midair.
We're not even a quarter and a half in, but they've kept the pace up there and just not allowing the Jazz any way. So you're really kind of smothering them, not allowing them to get those easy buckets or turning the ball over, which the Thunder have done a great job of all season, is low turnovers. They only had 7, feeding him the minutes that he's comfortable with. And, you know, you can pretty much say that about a lot of players that's coming off that bench.
It's Kessler finishing it off. So he's got a couple of made baskets. Shai missed the first one, sticks with it, and the second one goes in.
Man, a lot of contact down here.
Jazz get a rare transition opportunity. It's Kessler finishing it off. So he's got a couple of made baskets. Shai missed the first one, sticks with it, and the second one goes in. Jazz get a rare transition opportunity. It's Kessler finishing it off. So he's got a couple of made baskets. Shai missed the first one, sticks with it, and the second one goes in. And they're one of the better second chance point teams in the NBA. In the top 10, Olynyk, no, there's a miss, put back, and Kessler is going to get a trip to the line. And it was Phoenix ultimately taking down Dallas. Game-winning shot from Kevin Durant. Dallas could not answer from Luka Doncic, and SGA right out of the timeout pushed the lead for the Thunder.
Thanks, Chris. We got an update from head coach Mark Daigneault before the game about Shai, and as he comes off of that injury to the... Mark Daigneault said that the abdomen strain is kind of a tricky one, that if this had happened earlier in the season, the solve for it would have been an extended period of rest. But since it's nationally, obviously we're still seeing the same very effective, efficient Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, though.
Well, back-to-backs are something that is in the cards for OKC.
On the backside of Kelly Olynyk, no foul, he's just, you know, getting up there, helping out, you know, the bigs around the basket. And he's like Josh Giddey. When he gets the basketball off the rim, it was good timing. He's getting, what did you say earlier? You said, okay, the schedule's winding down. Not a whole lot of home games left.
Well, there's only 6 home games left, but there's a ton of
stretch dude, and when he picks up his dribble and just stretch, duck, glide by you off of one, pivot. And if you're a smaller defender like Chris Dunn, he's going to shoot right back.
He creates plenty of dilemmas for opposing defenses in how you want to defend him, how you want to slow him down.
Larry Markkinen collided in the first game in Salt Lake City against the Thunder and broke his nose.
Dort goes right by and right to the cup and puts it down. Lou Dort. We'll get 2 here. Make sure you never miss a moment of Thunder basketball by activating your 2023-24 season tickets today. Log into your online account manager at okcthunder.com/activate.
Did a good job to get to that free throw line in that second quarter. And just in the second quarter alone, shot 50% in both quarters from the field.
Oh, Shai read the play perfectly. Jumps the passing lane. Horton Tucker, easy call.
In both quarters from the field.
Oh, Shai read the play perfectly. Jumps the passing lane. Horton Tucker, easy call. That's going to be a foul plus the bucket for SGA.
Shoulder charge in soccer.
And maybe he underestimated just how big. As Isaiah Joe returns to action. I don't know if that pass was intended for Dort or SGA. Either way, it works out. It worked out exactly how the Thunder wanted it to. And Shai, slight mishandle there. The Jazz have not been even close to putting any kind of pressure, which is the closest that it's been since the first quarter. Shai goes left, floats into that jumper, no good.
Slowing up the Thunder's offense, and then while stepping up their offense.
Isaiah Joe got in deep in the interior. Wiggins had that one punched away. Got in deep in the interior. Wiggins had that one punched away. Shai able to dive for it. There is Isaiah Joe. Beats the shot clock as he splashes home the 3 on a completely scrambled possession.
And that's one of the plays you're going to see on Valley Sports highlights later, folks. Diving for the 4 on the floor, picking up that loose change. And how about the steal this time by SGA?
Saw the offensive rebound. Shai on the reload 3, and it was halfway down. Also trying to defend SGA on this end, but SGA already 32 points in the game. Now the switch on to Clarkson. Veers right, pulls up, and SGA sticks the mid-range.
He's got those long arms where he can just shoot over most defenders that are shorter than him.
And almost another steal, and he does take it away. Has to be Clarkson, and done from the backside, commits the foul.
Really stopped the run of the Jazz here in his tracks.
Let's check in with Nick.
Well, guys, it took the Thunder a couple games to really be able to put together that 48-minute defensive effort.
Threes over the last 5 games. Fontecchio, quick release. The rebound, Clarkson tied up with SGA. Dort bounces off of Fontecchio. SGA comes back into the game. Feeds it down to the corner. Josh Giddey, open 3, and he takes advantage. So much touch, so much feel around the rim. Juzang well behind the 3-point line.
To get that loose change off the floor and passes it over to Joe, who knocks down a big 3.
Quarter. Utah had got it down to 10. It was the closest that the Jazz had been since the first quarter. And Utah just has not done much. Something that Utah really feasted on in the first matchup. Shai tried to needle that pass. Results in a turnover. Just a marvelous, marvelous performance. And he's got 3 more, make it 32. Shai trying to run out some time once he got around those defensive players. Utah now a quick trap, and they force the steal. Up ahead to Clarkson.